Grace and peace. I'm Brian Musser, the Baptist Campus Minister at Drexel University, and this is Peace and Power Christian Fellowship. The peace of Jesus Christ to change your life, the power of the Holy Spirit to change the world. And we are going to be looking at our brand new series for the winter term of 2022, Words That Change the World. We will be examining Jesus's Sermon on the Mount as recorded in Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7, 111 verses, 3 chapters. You can read it in about 20 minutes, yet it has left an impact on the world like very few other speeches or even literature. Probably the only thing comparable to the impact this one speech has made on the world are the Ten Commandments. And interestingly enough, the Ten Commandments are interwoven into the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus, the greatest preacher ever, and the Sermon on the Mount, his greatest speech. Questions for you. Have you ever looked at it as a whole? Have you ever studied it, not just pieces of it, but studied the Sermon on the Mount as a sermon to listen to and thought about how much of an impact it has had on who we are as human beings throughout Western culture, but also throughout world culture as well? That's what we'll be doing for Peace and Power Christian Fellowship. We will be looking at the Sermon on the Mount, section by section, verse by verse. Now, there will be 3 ways to join this. In person, Sunday night, 7 p.m. in the Gymmic. This is on hold at the moment, at least for the next 2 weeks, at least until the 17th, because Drexel is doing everything virtual. That means that the Monday night at 7 p.m. via Zoom is the primary point to connect with this on a weekly basis, but there will also be weekly wrap-ups posted on YouTube and WordPress moving forward. You can always check out the content on those 2 sites. And also, I am looking at tying in my social media accounts with this presentation. So Instagram and Twitter will have Jesus quotes throughout and quotes from the books I've read about the Sermon on the Mount from those authors and about what other people have said about the Sermon on the Mount. Those will be available on Instagram and Twitter. TikTok will have 3-minute book reviews on several of the books I've read as we're moving forward. And then, as always, you can find it posted on WordPress, a weekly wrap-up of the study, and on YouTube you'll find 3 videos for each lesson. Facebook and LinkedIn will be places to see the WordPress and the YouTube postings as well. I hope you get a lot out of this. Jesus, as a Christian, is who we follow. We should pay attention to what he has said, and there's no better place to start than the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus, the greatest preacher ever, Sermon on the Mount, his greatest speech.